call this meeting of Carnegie Council to order. Welcome, everybody. We'll start this evening off with a moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Steve.
Thank you, sir. Councilperson Sarsfield. Here. Councilperson Freshwater.
Here.
Councilperson Canafari.
Here.
Councilperson Polachek.
Here.
Councilperson Boyd.
Here.
Mayor Riley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Is there any public comment on any of the listed motions this evening? Seeing no public comment, we'll press forward with... oh, we do? I'm sorry.
I'd like public comment, but it's not on the list of motions.
We can, we'll do public comment at the end.
Okay.
Councilperson Canafari?
Good evening. 1A, motion to approve the minutes for the council meeting on January 14th, 2019. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Seeing no comments. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Motion's approved.
Motion B, to enter the Borough of Carnegie into the Southwest Community Chamber of Commerce for year 2019. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Seeing no comments. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's approved.
C, motion to authorize the borough manager to gather information from Washington Financial Bank as a potential banking institution for the municipality. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Actually, I have a comment. I'll make the comment since I do finance. It's come to our attention that we can A, save money, and B, increase the amount of interest that we're paid on the deposits that we have in the banks by a significant margin versus using using PNC that we've been using for some time. It's our intention to do some due diligence at this point with, by way of our borough manager, to determine just exactly how difficult this transition will be and make sure that it's not so burdensome for the borough that it would exhaust any benefit that we would receive from it. But I would say that it's quite likely that we'll press forward and make a change in institutions. It's become clear to us by way of a couple different business transactions that the borough has had to do in this recent few months, that PNC really isn't as interested in municipal type business as other banks are. And since they're not interested and there's a greater benefit for us to go look at another bank, then I think it's time that we actually leave the border of Carnegie and seek banking help outside the borders. And it's our intention to do that. And it's good money that we're going to save. I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. So we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Would you be kind enough to do my...
Would be happy to. Finance this evening. Motion 2A, motion to approve the February 2019 bill list and bill list addendum.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please, Steve.
Councilperson Pavlicek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Councilperson Sarsfield?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
I move to approve payment application number 1, which is the final, to State Pipe Services Incorporated in the amount of $26,533.38 for cleaning and CCTV work completed on the Shaycog Joint Municipal O&M CCTV inspection and cleaning, which is year 8.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Seeing no comments, roll call, please, Steve.
Councilperson Sarsfield?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Pavlicek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I move to approve payment application number 1 to Landau Building Company for the Williams Way Stabilization Project for Jersey barriers and fencing in the amount of $42,515.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Actually, I'll give the comment on this one. The Williams Way is the road that goes directly behind Carnegie Coffee, the old post office, and there was a bit of a landslide that occurred there last year. The library incurred the bulk of the expense to prevent, knock on wood, prevent that landslide from ever occurring again. The borough is preventing any residual, what's the word, Maggie? The stones?
Talus.
Any residual
Rubble.
talus, rubble that falls down onto the road by purchasing and having installed some concrete barriers back there. And we're also making the road one-way going forward, and hopefully it'll be a safe situation going forward. Roll call, please, Steve.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Councilperson Sarsfield?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Councilperson Pavlicek?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I move to approve change order number 1 for the Williams Way Stabilization Project in the amount of $3,190 for adjusted fence intervals, 350.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Seeing no comments, roll call, please, Stephen.
Councilperson Sarsfield?
Yes.
Councilperson Pavlicek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I move to approve change order number 1 for contract number Department of Public Works Garage Construction Project in the amount of $1,542.93 for additional excavation work.
Second.
You'd think I like to hear myself talk, but since I've made a habit of explaining these things, we're building a new building for Public Works to store some of their equipment. And in the process of building this building, when we dug the hole for the foundation, we discovered rock that was unanticipated and took a great deal of additional effort on behalf of the contractor to find it. Pardon? Well, now's the hell of a time to tell us. Well, thank you, sir, for speaking up.
Can we table it?
Table.
I think we're going to table this and do some additional investigation. Thank you, Superintendent Hatcher.
Is that for some?
I'll make a motion to table that motion.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Thank you again. Motion passes.
I move to approve payment to A&H Equipment for the purchase of an EnviroSight rover camera system in the amount of $40,000 for the sewer fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. And of course, I have a comment. Last year, we spent $26,000 having having camera work done within the borough. This coming year, we'll probably still have to spend some money, but going forward, now that we'll have our own camera, the amount that we have to spend will be significantly decreased, and that $26,000 that we spent last year would make one heck of a down payment on having our own camera and giving this capability to our public works folks. So based on their recommendation, their willingness to take on this, this additional task, we're purchasing a camera system. Roll call vote, please.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Councilperson Papachef?
Yes.
Councilperson Sarsfield?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Motion passes.
And that's all I have at this time.
Thank you very much. Councilperson Sarsfield?
Thank you. I have one motion this evening. It's motion A. It's a motion to advertise ordinance number 2462, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie, County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, amending Chapter 15, Section 108 of the Borough Code of Ordinances relating to motor vehicles and traffic, creating a one-way on Williams Way westbound, Broadway Avenue to Mary Street. That's Big Brother. You listen to that buzzing sound.
Yeah, I don't know what that
He's
is.
taking.
Chief?
Second.
Oh, that's the lights. Yeah, they work the lights. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion passes. Councilperson Papachek?
Thank you. Code Enforcement and Community Development, motion A, a motion to approve the application of Mr. Robert Fazio for the use, development of lot and blocks 102C-44 as recommended by the Planning Commission on January 29, 2019. Raycom Plumbing and Heating Incorporated.
Stephen, do we need roll call for this?
No, sir.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing no comments. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion B, I'd like to make a motion to table this, motion B, to approve the application of Georgia and Bonnie Zawilla for the use and development of lot and blocks 102C-334 as recommended by the Planning Commission. Currently, they're doing some more investigation before we get this finalized, and the Planning Commission is coming up with some more additional information. So we're just going to table that for tonight, that you do see on your agenda. And that's...
Second.
Motion's been made, seconded. We have our comments. Roll call, please. Or not roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. Councilperson Canafari, do you have a report for us on administration this evening?
I do not know.
I kind of included the finance report in my comments regarding our investigating changes in our banking vendor. That's it for finance. Do we have code enforcement, community development comments this evening?
I just want to make a comment that we're continuing to work with Town Center on developing our downtown area in accordance with our new zoning laws, and fortunately things are going pretty well at this point, so let's hope we continue to grow as we've been doing in the last few years. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilperson Freshwater? Thank you. Councilperson Sarsfield?
Thank you. The only thing I have is that currently, through our CAUD, Council of Governments, which encompasses 17 communities, they're actually looking at putting together and getting firefighters trained in swift water rescue. We may be fortunate enough not actually have a vote staged here in Carnegie. And obviously the hope is something like that. It's great to have it, but hopefully you never ever need it. But, you know,
It's
it would
pretty
be,
swift and overnight.
yeah,
Pretty swift right now.
it would be, you know, I think it speaks by, you know, the continuing training through the COG, whether it be through the fire department or the chiefs of police. It really helps us being upon what services they provide. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Under the President's report, I'll just make a quick comment of gratitude for former council person Rick DeLoss. He's working on a little side project that is going to correct an error that occurred when many of us were in office, but we updated the zoning book, the zoning ordinances, several years ago, and it was as a result of 2 or 3 years worth of effort that several council people worked on. Rick led the effort. Unfortunately, in the translation of multiple documents being melded together, multiple people working on it, a couple of the pages didn't make it into the book. And he's working to make sure that they get added to the book and get added and reflect the needs of the borough today. So just expressing gratitude for a former council person continuing to look out for the borough. Manager's report.
I have no comment this evening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Carnegie Volunteer Fire Department EMS.
Thank you. There were 31 fire calls and 113 EMS or ambulance calls.
Thank you very much. Mayor?
Thank you. The department's activity for the month of January 2019, criminal arrests and citations 16, traffic stops 55, traffic citations 41, parking tickets 150, complaints and self-initiated activity 893. Some of the upcoming events for February, what's left of February. We have the Historical Society of Carnegie is having their annual meeting, and Marcella McGrogan got Community Volunteer Awards tomorrow, February 12th at 7 p.m. at the library. This is a chance for you to come here with the Historical Society has been involved in during the past year, and we will also be honoring our community volunteers with the Marcella McGrogan Community Volunteer Awards. This is free to the public, and light refreshments will be provided. On February 15th at 7:30 p.m., Saturday the 16th, and Sunday the 17th at 2 p.m., Junie B. Jones the Musical, presented by Stage 62, will be at the Andrew Free Carnegie Library and Music Hall. This is a delightful adaptation of 4 of Barbara Park's best-selling Junie B. books, features tremendously lovable characters and fun-filled songs. All tickets are $10, and for more information, you can go to www.stage62.com. Some save the dates for April. We have the 5K, it's the 12th annual Carnegie Fire Department 5K Run and Walk, and that is April 27th at 8 a.m. And on April 28th, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., we'll be cruising on the Main, which is a car cruise that will benefit the Carnegie Police Department. This month, actually next weekend, Saturday, February 16th, from 9 to 11 at Carnegie Coffee Company, we are starting back with Coffee with CPD. So this is a chance for you to pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, and get to know your officers. We are going to have Officer Kurt Cook and Officer James Quattro there, and then the Chief of Police, Chief Jeff Kennedy, and myself. So it's, like I say, it's an informal but informative way for you to get to know your officers, come out, raise any issues, concerns, or, you know, just have someplace to go on a Saturday morning. It is at Carnegie Coffee Company on Saturday, February 16th from 9 a.m. to 11. I did want to mention it is posted out there on the Facebook pages, but there is a job opening for a Carnegie Elementary School crossing guard. So if you go to the website or the Facebook page, there is information out there if you should have any questions. But the deadline for applications is due Friday, March 8th by 10 a.m. Also, it's no surprise that this year Carnegie turned 125 years old. Councilwoman Papachek has done a great job of spearheading the 125th. But with that being said, there were amazing calendars that were made depicting the Borough of Carnegie through the years, and they're on sale. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that. They are, you can get them available for purchase here at the Borough building, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They cost $5, and they would make great Valentine's Day gifts. And you can also reach out to Councilwoman Papachek as well. I think they can purchase them from you.
Do you have any left?
I gave a lot for Christmas gifts, but Valentine's, anything. Lastly, February is Black History Month, and also President's Day is February 18th. So just a couple highlights I thought would be appropriate for President Obama. Barack Obama became our 44th President of the United States of America on January 20th, 2009. He was the first African-American President of the United States. He also won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009 for his extraordinary efforts at international diplomacy and foreign policy. And two little fun facts. He read all of the Harry Potter books, and he worked at Baskin & Robbins when he was a teenager. And just to close with a quote, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." And that's all I have this evening.
Thank you kindly, Mayor Rossi. Public comment. I believe you're first. No? The lady behind you, Maggie.
Oh, go ahead. All right, well, it's a segue to a couple of things. Thank you for all your comments. By the way, I will say this, I took my granddaughters to see Judy B. Jones on Sunday. They're 6 and 3. They did a fabulous job. Stage 62 is our resident company at the music hall. If you have little kids, not even that little, order the tickets online. The kids shows sell out. You don't want to ever disappoint your kids. Along the lines of the 125th, the actual date of incorporation is Friday, March 1st. I have some postcards here. The library and music hall is doing a concert that we thought would just be a very accessible, fun concert. Chris Lada's TV tunes. She does a whole thing on medleys, whatever, theme songs from TV shows from the 50s through the 90s, Gilligan's Island, Love Boat, Maude, etc., etc. Fabulous performer with a fabulous backup band. Very reasonable tickets, $5 tickets for kids, and of course there's going to be a little reception because it's a birthday afterwards. And I do want to do one more thing. In the signal item, they give the library and music hall some space. And I did a little more research on our history, because I've always thought, how wise, for the leaders of Chartiers and Mansfield to say that it made more sense. They're already sharing fire protection, police services, or at least cooperating. They had separate councils to merge and become one. But I thought, not only what do we have, 131 municipalities in Allegheny County, not necessarily the most efficient, but what I didn't realize is that, and I'm not going to remember the exact date, that Mansfield and Carnegie, Chartiers on the west side and Mansfield on the east, didn't even incorporate as legal boroughs until 1872. So they weren't giving up a long history of being freestanding boroughs when they did this. I thought they went back much further, but legally they only went back about 20 years. It was an interesting thing. And so I have these postcards if you want them. And I do just want to say that
Mayor Riley, you were there. I just feel very proud, Jeff, I saw you there. The way Carnegie comes out to support its own. There was a fundraiser in memory of Melissa Bowers at Cefalos, and to see the turnout, but also to see how our community just always rallies behind people, and to see this amazing mother who has turned this into a cause to support the Center for Victims. It was a fun night. It was an upbeat night, and it was just very, very moving. It always is to be part of this town, so I guess that's all I have.
And I do have to just say, donations are being accepted until March. So there is a GoFundMe page if you didn't donate.
I don't know if anybody wants to post her. I don't know these people. They want to post her. But here, I'll pass that one here.
Got one in the mail.
You got one in the mail?
I think there's one downstairs.
All right, whatever.
My name is Natalie Wishmer-Arroyo, and I'm actually a resident from Mount Lebanon. But I've come here today to introduce a new nonprofit called the Lower Chartiers Watershed Association. What we're going to do, or what we're doing, is to conserve and improve the quality of the Lower Chartiers Creek and its surrounding watershed. And as you all know, you're in the watershed of Chartiers Creek. Our goal is to engage and connect with local municipalities and, of course, the community members, and offer some projects and events that will help to beautify and hopefully improve the Chartiers Creek and its watershed. So our main goals are really to host litter pickups, provide opportunities for citizen science-based water monitoring, host native tree planting events, and remove invasive species where we can. We also hope to be a resource and potentially available to municipalities for any help that is needed with education and outreach related to the MS4 permit system. We just formed in 2018, and so we've hosted a couple of really successful litter pickup events in the fall of 2018. The first of ours was a kayak and canoe-based cleanup of the creek. We went from Crafton all the way down to McKee's Rocks at the mouth of Chartiers, where we partnered with Allegheny Greenways and their Tyler's Project team. We also hosted a Keep America Beautiful event in Fairywood with the city of Pittsburgh, again to pick up trash along the roadside near the creek. With just these two events, we were able to remove about 2 tons of trash, and with fairly few volunteers, you know. And feedback from the community, especially in Fairywood, was really positive. They said that they were so happy about a cleaner looking roadway, and they really enjoyed that we were able to do that for them. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about our plans for 2019. They include a water monitoring training for volunteers. We already have that set up in March. A water sampling project that we're starting actually up in Robinson Run to identify some sources of abandoned mine drainage. A tree planting event sometime in the fall, and of course we want to continue with that canoe and kayak cleanup for Chartiers Creek, so we're going to do that again. And in particular, I wanted to come today because I wanted to invite you all as council members and anyone in your borough that works on issues related to the creek to come to our official launch party. So we had these 2 events. We were trying to see interest and activity, and now we're going to really launch our group. So our launch party is actually scheduled for March the 7th. It'll be from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and it's going to be here in Carnegie. We're actually going to have it at the abandoned Pittsburgh Gallery down in downtown Carnegie. So we're really excited about that. And we're happy to be working with Chuck and his facility there. So we are looking forward to meeting with you all and talking a little bit more about what we're planning and hopefully hear about ways that we could potentially, help you guys. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I have a couple of papers if you want to read on our group. So I can read that with you.
I'm very curious.
Thank you so much for coming.
Sure. Appreciate it.
Thank
Do you know about the Chartiers Valley Flood Authority?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been doing a lot of research. We haven't delved too much into that yet, but yes, we're very aware that there is one, and we would be interested in talking to people, learning a little bit more about what that is, what they're doing, and all that.
And we've got a shade tree commission here in the borough as well that I don't know exactly what all you have going on, but
Yeah.
they do things. There's a a way to work together somehow.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of thing we'd love to help.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other comments? Hello.
Jeannie Williams, I live in Carnegie. I just wanted to thank you very much for opening this center up for a warning center on January 30th. I received the code red, and if anybody hasn't signed up for those security alerts, it was just so great to receive and be able to tell people about it. So I really appreciate you doing that, and I recommend signing up for Code Red. As far as the mayor and police coffee meetings, can it be advertised a little bit more?
Yeah.
Or even Jack's email, or even on the borough's site, something.
It is on the Borough website
Oh,
now,
it is?
and we
Okay.
are putting it on Facebook pages.
It's already on Facebook.
It's already on the Facebook pages.
Okay.
Can I add something, Jeannie, about that?
Sure. I'm actually done.
No, it's along those lines, it's burbio.com.
I did it.
And the borough can do it, because what it does is people activate, you don't have to click on for everything, but if it's like borough alerts or something of that sort, they populate it from our calendars, and then they send it to anybody who signs up.
I just did
There's
that.
no work involved, because we have a calendar. But things like that, because you have to go to the website, you have to go somewhere, and it takes some work to get people, but they're always saying to me, why don't I know about this? And I put it in the signal item insert, but Carlington's on it, Carnegie Sanitation,
The Historical Society is
Historic,
on there.
Boys and Girls Club, any nonprofit, any church, any house of worship can do this, because it's one thing to say it's on our website, but people have to know to go and look. And of course, you won't get an alert unless you sign on, but I think it's a very good thing for people to get the word out about things back and forth.
And I did want to get something in the signal item, I didn't get it in enough time, so
Put an
we do
extra.
need to advertise it a little bit better, because it is a really nice thing, and it is once a month. We usually take a break in the summer months, because no one's really around, they weren't well attended, but this is officially the new start of 2019, so we'll try and think of ways to get it out there. Thanks for the suggestion, Maggie. I did sign up for that, that was really nice.
Good.
Any other comments?
My name's Ron Hughes. I live on Fifth Avenue, and I recruit people from Fifth Avenue. I'm not sure if anybody here is aware of what's going on Fifth Avenue. I assume you do. What we have is, in my opinion, is an underground spring. It's being French drained out onto Fifth Avenue, and it's running down the street, and it's freezing all the way down the street. I have pictures of where my house is. It's frozen from one side of the road to the other side of the road. My sister-in-law has to climb in from the passenger side of her car to get into the driver's side in order to leave without falling. And I'd like to know if there's something that can be done to have this fixed, because this is a danger.
Well, we're having that issue in about 6 or 7 places right now, because it's been a bad rainy season, so all these springs just open up now, they're coming out everywhere. So right now, there is no fix, but we, being an engineer, we're on top of everything. As you know, I send guys, so I'm going to call, I send out, so it's all safe.
So it's just call you and say, we need to have this taken
Well,
care of.
either be the.
I mean, they did handle it quite quickly yesterday. By noon, it was cleared up.
Right.
But I mean, I
We're
went
still
out
talking
at
to
8 o'clock
guys
in the
now.
morning and took all the pictures, and it was frozen from one side to the other.
Yeah, we even if we're going, before we leave work, we go out and throw some salt down too, it depends, but by the time water is coming, they're not going to.
Well, it never stops. It's a
Right.
constant flow.
Yeah, I know all the issues, and as soon as we get past this winter, we're going to try to resolve all the issues.
I mean, there's a sore cover right there. I mean, we can't tap that in.
You can't just throw that water into the sewer, we have to get like permits for stuff like that. So we are, us and the engineer, we are on top of it.
Okay.
And it will be, we'll take care of it.
Appreciate
It's
it.
not going to happen right now, we got, like I said, there's 6 o'clock.
I mean, it's the middle of winter, I get it's not gonna happen right now, I just want to know that people are aware and that
Yes.
something's gonna be done about it.
Yes, it will.
You know, because this is like 2 years now this has been happening on Fifth Avenue that I know. And I seen it on Sixth, when I come down Doolittle, Sixth
Right.
Avenue's doing the same thing.
Exactly.
So,
So we apologize for, if you call, we'll get there right away and take care of it. So
appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just change the direction it comes out of the ground. Mother Nature's a son of a gun. I mean, it's interesting, the problem presents within the last 2 years. Where was it for the last 100 years? And it's the same water.
Yeah, it's just been the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We've had, it's really bad now. I mean, it's at least an inch thick all the way across. I can show you pictures I took off my phone.
I see
All
it.
the way across the street, at least an inch thick.
Believe me, I looked at it on the way here. Just because I see it every time I come here, so. Thank you for taking the time to come down and bring it to our attention.
Well, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I mean, I live right there on the corner. Somebody's gonna come down that hill, they barely stopped that stop sign to begin with. They hit that sheet of ice there, and they hit her car, pushed it into my house. Or her gonna run right through that stop sign and hit your guys is coming right out of there all the time. They're coming up Dick Street, making that turn all the time. They're gonna run right into one of your guys coming, because they're not gonna be able to stop. You know, it's an accident waiting to happen.
Again, thank you. Any other comments? Yes, sir.
It's not story related, I'll just get that out of the way.
All right.
Off the record.
This is our friendly civil item report.
Then we got something, right? It always says it's off the record. It's us ones, always.
I just wanted to break character, I guess, for a minute, just to let you guys know that this will, in all likelihood, be the last meeting that I will be covering for the signal item. I hope that doesn't come as too big of happy news to anybody. But I recently accepted a job opportunity, a journalism-related one, that's going to take me out of state. And I just wanted to take a second just to say that it's been a real privilege of mine to be able to cover these meetings for the paper. Without getting too into the weeds of it, I started freelancing for the signal item at a time when my faith in the career path I had chosen was a little bit shaken. And getting to cover these meetings and to cover the other goings on in Carnegie has been just a really big privilege for me. And I just wanted to say thank you because I think that it helped me grow a lot. And I hope that you guys never felt that I was beating up on you too badly. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'll have to say, for you, from a professional feedback perspective, you got less things wrong than a lot of other So thank you for that.
Your news is a lot less fake than anybody else.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. You wouldn't believe how many times people bring that up out in the field, just like, you better not be fake news.
Good luck to you.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you. It's going to be pretty far away from home, but whenever I am able to come back and visit, I definitely going to come
Oh,
back here.
definitely come to the house.
Yeah, well, at least on like a crawl or something.
Where are you going then?
I'm going to be going to South Dakota of all places.
Whoa.
The daily news. Thank you. The daily newspaper in Rapid City was hiring an education reporter, and it's going to be #1 away for me to be a bit closer to my girlfriend who moved up there recently for a job, and #2 a good start because it's really hard to get a journalism job in Pittsburgh. I'm finding out. So.
That's great, good for you.
It's been real and it's been fun and it's been real fun. So.
We'll miss you.
Thank you. I'll watch the webcasts every now and again.
For entertainment.
Buy long underwear.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's like 3 degrees up there right now.
Thank you. Any other comments this evening? Thank you all very much. Council Good and Welfare. Councilperson Canafari.
All I could say is that I don't really know what's going on with the groundhog. He's wrong. He's sipping a little too much.
He's been 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Still got a little window yet.
It's only been a week.
And look what happened. Happy Valentine's Day, all. That's all I have.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes, as Maggie referred to earlier, maybe everybody doesn't know this, but the two communities, Mansfield, Borough, and Chartiers, they were formed together by I guess acclamation or like that, because they talked Andrew Carnegie into building the library up on the hill. That's why our town is called Carnegie today, from the joining of those two communities together. And it's the only library that has his full name, the Andrew Carnegie Free Library. All the other libraries are Carnegie Library, Homestead, or here or there, or wherever. This is the only one that has his full name. So just, for general information for people who may not be aware of that. And again, as I've said, happy St. Valentine's Day, everybody. This is coming Thursday, and remember that it's supposed to signify love for each other.
Should be every day.
Wasn't that a fun fact, huh? I like it.
You're welcome.
Very nice. Councilperson Sarsfield?
Thank you. As the mayor stated, it is Black History Month, and it's important that we remember. Just in my lifetime, the fight that was engaged, denying people's simple right to vote, their simple right to practice religion. And unfortunately, these fights still go on. There are many states across our great land where voting rights are still an attempt to be denied. It was okay for Jackie Robinson to go and defend our country in a war, but it wasn't okay for him to participate in playing baseball. And what a story it turned out to be. Great people like Eli Whitney. What these people provided for us and for our country. So we should never forget, no matter where we are and far along in history, with these people that went before us, what they've provided us with. And we should always be thankful. A lot of naysayers out there, and what is it with Black History Month? We're all part of history. No group of people has had to endure in this country what they've had to endure, and unfortunately still sometimes have to endure. So I can't say that I will ever fully understand their pain, because I've never had to be in that situation. But I can certainly say that I can do everything I can so that will never happen itself. And it is February, it is Valentine's Day, and as Emmett has suggested, and Tess, spread the love, spread the goodwill to those that are closest to you, and to even those that are not so close to you. It's always a good time to spread love and peace. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Councilperson Papichek?
Yes, just a couple things. I want to mention that there is an event at the library Wednesday evening. There's a jazz.
I forgot, yeah, it's a
Studio?
pre-Valentine's
It's a
Day.
pre-Valentine's
Yeah,
Day
free-
jazz?
Great soulful jazz with free Prosecco, but also tomorrow for the Historical Society's
Yes.
meeting. It's taking place in the Lincoln Gallery
Lincoln
on
Gallery.
the 210th, I believe it is, anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, February 12, 1809 is when he was born. So it's sort of appropriate that the Historical Society's week to be in the Lincoln Gallery. So come on over.
Yes.
Sorry.
If you haven't been to our library, really get up there and see what they have to offer. We have a new director that has all kinds of programs going on, and there are so many things happening on the website. Lots of things I can't attend because I'm working sometimes, but take a look. There's things for all ages, from Lego events to quilting to vegan cooking. There's a lot going on. I don't think our residents are really aware that happens at the library. And it's just a great asset that we have here. And don't forget to get your tickets for the March 1st event at the library, because it is the kickoff to the 125th, the actual 125th anniversary. I also want to mention on August 9th, 10th, and 11th, we will be having a birthday party for Carnegie. And there's going to be events happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday involving the community, the businesses, the borough, everybody. And we hope to make it a good event for young and old, and everybody has a little taste of something they can enjoy. More information will come out as we get it pulled together, but I just want everyone to put that on their calendars. So 9th, 10th, and 11th of August. That's about all I have. Thanks.
I need to confirm something. The Historical Society thing is tomorrow, right?
Tuesday, 12.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Good. You did?
Okay.
I'm just making sure.
You're fact
I had it in my
You're
calendar,
fact
It's
checking.
Lincoln's birthday.
Lincoln's birthday.
but then I just got an email blast from somewhere else that said, don't forget Wednesday. And I said,
Sure that isn't our Valentine's Day concert?
Yeah.
Positive. Did we come to see you, Mayor?
I actually did, and I forgot, I know I don't typically talk right now, but I left it out. I don't know how. It is posted on the Borough website we had several vehicles that were broken into up in the Roslyn Heights area. Roslyn? Yeah. So, early this morning. I cannot stress to you how important it is to please lock your vehicles. They're not breaking, like smashing and grabbing and breaking into them. They're just checking to see if they're unlocked. So don't leave valuables in your car, and absolutely lock them.
Thank you. I think I've spoken enough this evening. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Second. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.